Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 26 of the October Daily Draws. So let's see what message we get as we close out the weekend and approach a new week. And I'll be taking the first card from the Ghost Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we have the High Priestess. And it's interesting because the High Priestess has that dark column, the white column that she sits between or stands here in this depiction. And we have the ghostly nun here with her sacred text floating in the air. So, but as I say, we have this, the black and the white, the duality that we had with that we normally get with the Chariot card we had yesterday. And it's like that balance, isn't it, between one aspect and another, working together. It's about this duality, working together as one. The different aspects of ourselves and the different aspects of what we're doing, all working to the same aim. And we have an element of that here as well, as I say, with the pillars. That's the first thing that stuck out to me, that we've had this sense of balance of the elements of nature, of our personalities, of our character, of our of our being, of who we are, all working together and not swerving off into different directions, which is what the Chariot was all about. So the High Priestess to me is to do with it's delving into the unseen realm, and it's also about intuition. It's following our intuition, our gut feeling. It's going within and getting that inner knowledge. Yes, she's got a text here that she learns from, but then she takes that and adds it to the knowledge she carries within herself. And that's what we do. We have an innate knowledge through experience, through, passed down from generations, through spiritual connections. We seem to get a knowing from that. And all of this adds up to our knowledge that we carry within. And we connect with that and we follow that intuitively. We intuitively get the guidance from that knowledge that when we connect with that, and it helps us to forge our way forward. Here in the physical plane, we go inwardly to the unseen realm, as it were, and connect the two. It's like a bridge. And the High Priestess is like a bridge between the two realms. So for us, that's what it encompasses. It's crossing that bridge, linking up, connecting to that inner knowledge, that intuition, that little small voice, that inner voice that tells us, when the information is not necessarily seen externally, we still get that inner voice, and then circumstances unfold and we realize that inner voice was right. And the more we experience that, the more we get to hear, used to hearing and heeding that inner voice. It comes through practice, it comes through development. We won't always get it right. And sometimes we talk ourselves out of that inner voice. We're thinking, no, we look around and we say, well, there's nothing to show that I'm just thinking of something. It's just my imagination. It's just me. Well, yes, it is just you, but it's like in the sense that it's picking up on something that's not yet seen. It's there, but you haven't yet seen it, and your inner voice is trying to say, "Look, this is there. Think this is something you're not taking into account." And when we heed it, when we trust it, even without any basis for it, except that we know our gut feeling, and we trust our gut feeling, and building that trust takes time and experience of learning how to recognize it, understand it. It's not easy, but once we do that, when we get that little whisper or that gut wrenching sort of warning of, you can't see any risk in this, but there's danger down the way, and lo and behold, if you heed it, you may not actually become aware that there was ever any danger because you've avoided it, or that you come across it in a way that it doesn't touch you, but you see it and you realize, if I hadn't acted or adjusted my actions in the way that I did, I would have been in a lot of more trouble. And that's where you know that your gut feeling was trustworthy and you were right to listen to it. So listen to your gut feeling, listen to your intuition. And sometimes that inner voice, it's not just about warnings, although that's part of it. It's also about, you intuitively know that this is the right thing to do, or this is what you should be doing. And you may have no other basis that this is what you feel, this is what your intuition's telling you. And then it turns out to be beneficial to you, and you were right to do it. You were rewarded for trusting your instinct. And that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. But it's also, as I say, bridging the gap between the seen and the unseen, the spirit, the known knowledge and the knowledge that's within us that we hold, that we need to tap into from time to time, and to develop the wisdom to know how to use that knowledge. Okay, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Healer. So this could be something to do with healing. Sometimes as well that we need to connect spiritually to a source of healing. And we know that. That's what our inner voice has been telling us, that there's something that needs healing within us. And here's an opportunity to connect and receive the healing that we need, whatever it may be. It's usually some long-standing issue, perhaps, of emotional issue, of something that we've experienced that's left a bit of a wound that still needs a bit of healing. And this is a good time in order to do that. And, so there's some spiritual healing here that's on offer. And let's be open to that. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 27. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. And I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.